Hi, I'm Stephen Feinberg, Executive Director of the Rhode Island Film and Television Office. Our guest tonight is an extraordinary programmer for the Rhode Island International Film Festival, which is now in its 23rd year. I want to welcome Shawn Quirk to the desk of Double Feature. Shawn, how's it going?
Great to be here, Stephen. Thanks for having me.
Now you have been very busy.
Very busy.
You've gotten, 6,000 films from around the world?
Over 6,000 entries this year.
That's how many more than last year?
We had 1,000 more entries than we've had in the past.
Okay, so last year you had about 5,000.
Yep.
Now you get 6,000, but you still have a very limited amount of slots to fill the festival, right?
Yes, we have about 295 slots.
295.
Most of them are devoted to short films,
Yep.
but we have feature films and feature docs as well.
And the Rhode Island, just so we can let the audience know, the Rhode Island International Film Festival, like we said, it's 23rd year. It's Academy qualifying, British Academy qualifying, Canadian as well. It starts August the 6th at the Vets Auditorium this year and continues until August the 11th.
Yes. And we'll be at venues throughout the state. We'll be at the Vets, we'll be at the Rizzi Museum, we'll be at the Odeum in East Greenwich.
Yep, wonderful. And you've got filmmakers from all over the world. They're descending upon Providence, Rhode Island.
The world is coming to Rhode Island.
The world is coming. I like that. You know, one of the things I tell people, I said, engaging with the filmmakers, I love doing that. And they tell me there are many of them, whether they're from Scotland or Ireland or different parts of the world, and they say, this is the first time I've come to America. I said, imagine that. The first time you're coming to America and your first port of call is Providence, Rhode Island. I think that is a phenomenal thing that you guys should be very, very proud of at the Rhode Island International Film Festival.
And we are. We're so happy to have these filmmakers coming from as far as India, Russia, even France.
Wow.
And we have a lot of filmmakers from Canada as well.
Now, 2 years ago, a film that premiered opening night at the film festival is a movie called Silent Child.
Silent Child.
Right. It won the grand prize for the festival.
Yes, it
and
did.
What happened to that film?
Well, it was qualified to be considered for the Oscars. It moved on to be nominated for the Oscars, and then ended up winning. Wow. The Oscar.
It won the Oscars.
It won the Oscar.
That was unbelievable. World premiere, Rhode Island International Film Festival, ended up winning the Academy Award. What about what are some of the films that are coming opening night at the Vets, August 6th, and the public is welcome to see all of these films? Talk about that. Talk about what we're about to see.
We've got a really nice dynamic lineup for opening night. We have this wonderful film called A Sister from Belgium that is very well written, very timely in today's day about dealing with empowerment of women, and then we have as well this film called Debut from Martinique. Martinique.
Yep.
And it's just a really adventurous film. This young boy, he's imagining this monster in his backyard, and he's trying to protect his family and his brother from this monster. And they also the film delves into magical realism and plays with sound effects and lighting. And
it sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's a great film.
And then there's a film from Sherry O'Terry, right? From Saturday Night Live. She's hilarious. Talk about that film.
It's Turkey's Done. It's a comedy.
Turkey's Done, yep.
So it's a wonderful film, really funny about a really important issue, of course. So it's this woman, she finds out her husband's cheating on her Thanksgiving morning.
Don't tell us too much.
That's the beginning.
Okay.
So the consequences of that, you'll just have to find out.
And Sherry used to work with Will Ferrell, doing the cheerleading. She also played Judge Judy on Saturday Night Live. Funny woman. And she's coming to the festival,
She'll be here opening night.
That's great. We have Karen Allen's coming back. Remember Karen from Animal House, Starman, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and the Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. She's now coming back with a movie.
And it's Colwell, and they'll be playing Saturday night.
Saturday night at
the
RISD?
RISD Museum.
Wonderful. Now, for the sports lovers, there's also a movie, a documentary, about a former NFL quarterback and now NFL analyst, Tony Romo.
Yes, and that's going to be playing at the Odeum.
That's playing at the Odeum. Well, when is that? Like on a Wednesday or Thursday
It's on a
night?
Thursday.
Yep. Can you tell us a little bit about that movie?
It's a film about his life. So as one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history.
Yeah, and now he's a superb analyst.
Yep.
And I hear he might be coming.
He will be coming.
He will be coming.
Yes.
So it's an opportunity too for audience members to ask him about if they don't love Tony Romo, his team, they can ask about our New England Patriots if they want.
Exactly.
Because he's
Yes.
an analyst.
He's an
right?
analyst, yeah.
So that's going to be a treat. You've got some great labs that are going to be happening. Can you tell us about the labs and the walking tour and let the audience know about that?
Well, the festival serves as a masterclass for the filmmakers attending, but also the filmmakers at large in Rhode Island, and even cinephiles and film educators who want to learn more about how to teach film.
Right.
So some of our labs, we have the Script Biz, which is Friday morning during the week of the festival, and that will go over the whole process of screenwriting from a number of fronts. Writing short films, to writing for adapting screenplays from books. So we'll go over a number of different
Does that
strategies.
include also selling your screenplays?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
The transition from short to feature,
Yep.
and just pitching your ideas to investors and creating an entity around your film. Because it's really...
Do you know who's participating in that yet?
We engage filmmakers as they come to the festival, so we're in the process of getting the lineup finalized.
Yep, because you had like somebody like Chris Sparling. He did a wonderful
Chris
job.
Sparling will be back.
Oh, okay. He
Yes.
does a wonderful job. And we've got the Film Forum. That's on a Thursday morning. Yep.
Thursday morning at the Hotel Providence.
Hotel Providence. In the past, we had Doug Trumbull, the guy who did the special effects for 2001, and he also did Blade Runner and Close Encounters. We had Joe Alves last year, the production designer of Jaws. We had Karen Allen. We had David Permit, who did Hacksaw Ridge.
Yep.
And Henry Brontine, who did The Sopranos. So hopefully we'll have a very robust film forum this year. What about, there's a movie you were talking about made in Cuba.
Havana on High.
Talk about that a bit.
It's one of our featured documentaries, but it's just a really unique, special portrait that we have in the festival about this community of people in Havana who live on the rooftops of these buildings, and they've made their homes up there.
And is the filmmaker from Cuba, or is he from somewhere else, or is she from somewhere else?
He's from Cuba, but he's based out of Canada.
Yep. And they let him film this movie, and...
Yeah, it's a very intimate portrait of all these people living there, and he has a lot of subjects in the film.
Yep.
They're all doing various jobs within the city, but they prefer to live on the roofs because they enjoy it.
And is it a feel-good movie?
It is.
It is a feel-good movie.
These people are all very happy.
Yep.
It's a great example of less is more. Mm-hmm. So you don't need a lot to be happy.
They have a simple life.
They do.
Oh, that's wonderful. And now when are we going to be seeing that, do you think? Is that opening night, or is that further into the festival
Further
itself?
into the festival.
Okay, so...
It'll be one of our prime docs at RISD Museum.
Now, how can an audience member get tickets, and how can they see what the schedule is?
Well, the schedule will be on our website. It's www.rifilmfest.org.
Yep.
And once
rifilmfest.org.
There'll be a big banner that says schedule here.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to find all your screenings and tickets there.
So they can see there's like 295 films during this film festival. They'll get to know how long the films are, right?
Yes.
They'll get to know the genre. They'll get to know if it's a comedy or a musical or sci-fi, and they'll know which country it comes from.
Yep.
Are you also bunching some of the films together? Like, are you saying, okay, here are 5 sci-fi films, or how do you do that?
We mix up films, and then we also do thematic programming.
Okay.
But they always have these overarching narratives.
Okay.
Either about border crossings, that's one example, because it's very timely nowadays.
Yep.
We also have a narrative dealing with music around the world. So one film, for example, is about yodeling in Switzerland.
Oh, really?
And then we have another film directed by David Betancourt from Rhode Island.
Right.
It's about these musicians in the Solomon Islands.
Oh, wow.
And it's the first time they've ever been recorded.
And David had done a film about Rocky Point, I remember.
He did.
And Behind the Hedgerow, the Newport socialite.
Yes.
He's a really good filmmaker. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we take a little break, and then we'll come back and talk more about the Rhode Island International Film Festival, which starts August the 6th.